Story 1, Roaches. I had a terrible childhood and lived in filth. That filth called the roaches in full speed. They were in my bed, in my walls, in my clothes, just everywhere. Just yes, eliminate those demons. Story 2, Fleas. At least mosquitoes are a food source for other animals. Fleas are literally not good for anything. And they are part of the tapeworm life cycle, so their being gone disrupts the tapeworms too. It's like 2 for the price of 1. Story 3. There are a few kinds of flies in Africa that reproduce by laying their eggs in the eyeballs of infants and toddlers. I would erase those from existence. If God really created everything everywhere, he's a sick piece of work. Story 4. Are we talking class, order, genus, or specific species? Because if it has to happen, and it needs to be a whole order of animals, we are out of luck. I pick mosquitoes. Bedbugs are a close second, but mosquitoes are far more deadly. Bedbugs are just extremely annoying and scary because of their resilience. Story 5. Since mosquitoes were already taken, I'm going to do the world a favor and say pit bulls. It is the breed. They're an animal bred to kill. It's time to address those dangerous ones. Story 6. Lice. I had them for most of my childhood until I moved in with a separate parent. I'm 24 now, and I still run my fingertips over my scalp to check for them. I used to feed them to a spider in my bathroom growing up. I also loved popping them with my thumbnail like a little blood grape. Story 7. I assume by animal it's not just mammals and others, but insects too? Ants. I am petrified of the creatures due to childhood trauma. I live in the UK, so I am talking about the little ones that are mostly black, but we have some red ones that bite too. They can all go. Story 8. Cave crickets have traumatized me. They used to dwell in the basement of my childhood home about 10 to 15 years ago, as they did in many homes in the northeastern United States. Sometimes they would make their way upstairs to a moist area, usually the bathroom, or sometimes just the living room or a bedroom because they're very sneaky, and they would jump sometimes on you. I was afraid to go in the basement for years. Story 9. As much as I want to say mosquitoes, I might also throw in bats because they carry many diseases. Someone, please educate me more, but the crossover effect with SARS-type infections is related to bats, right? Story 10. Wasps. At least mosquitoes are doing their thing because they have to eat. A wasp stung my toddler because its apparently intelligent, collectively minded brain decided to see her as a threat. Dislike wasps, we can manage without them. Team Bees over here. Story 11. The guinea worm. Those little buggers cause horrible disease. Jimmy Carter dedicated his post-presidential life to founding an eradication program. We are almost there. For more information, visit the Carter Center website. Story 12. Pit bulls. I know there is a diehard community who insists that pit bulls aren't any more aggressive than other breeds. But if that were true, we would be hearing a lot more stories about golden retrievers mauling people to death. And I don't want currently living pit bulls to be cruelly killed off or anything. It would just be nice if everyone agreed to stop breeding them. There are quite a few dog breeds that should probably go extinct, whether it's because of aggressiveness or just because they've been bred into a state that's unnatural and miserable for them. Story 13. I'm a self-admitted hardcore misanthrope. To paraphrase Douglas Adams, in the beginning, humanity was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and has been widely regarded as a bad move. Generally, I think the best thing for humanity would be to admit we gave it the old college try and call it a day. The only thing we've shown we can consistently and reliably do as a race is make each other more miserable. Story 14. Everyone's picking mosquitoes because of the fact they do not like it. I want to be a little evil and say catfish just so I can watch the southern US burn. Story 15. Snail darter, a small fish, is almost at extinction. If you remove anything significant like mosquitoes, you destroy the ecosystem. Mosquitoes feed bats, dragonflies, and many other creatures. Their larvae feed fish. We have to view ecosystems as one living body. Remove one thing and the system can collapse. Story 16. I will play nice and choose one that is 100% beyond saving and already basically extinct. Because I do not know the ramifications of choosing a random life from what I do not understand. I would like all jellyfish to go extinct yesterday. but it might do more damage than I would like to. Story 17. Mosquitoes are the popular pick, but there are a whole lot of them, and I worry about unintended consequences. I would pick whatever animals are closest to becoming extinct to minimize the impact. Story 18. New Zealand mud snail might sound obscure, but for freshwater ecosystems across the western United States, they have the potential to completely disrupt aquatic ecosystems. This disruption can lead to altered stream chemistries and collapsed benthic macroinvertebrate populations, both of which are catastrophic for fish populations. Story 19. Panda bears. I know they have improved their conservation status, but they seem destined to disappear. They have teeth able to eat meat, and some scientists say meat would be a better diet for them. But they prefer bamboo, even though they are not really adapted to eat it. Their anatomy is better suited for meat. Also, they are really lazy about reproducing, especially pandas in captivity. Zoos play videos of pandas mating in front of fertile pandas to encourage them to engage in reproductive activities. Story 20. Ticks, unfortunately for the possums, aside from being a food source, they genuinely seem to be the least useful creatures on Earth. Even mosquitoes are pollinators. Ticks literally just exist to cause as much damage as possible. Story 21. Mosquitoes, hands down, fighting the world's deadliest animal. Story 22. Bedbugs. If I find my magic lamp and wish us all to new Earth, they'll devolve into bat bugs again, and every pest, not beneficial things, humans introduced anywhere would go back to where it came from. Story 23. I can see a need for mosquitoes, and they can be squished without stinging me as well as feeding people. Wasps, on the other hand, are completely needless. What can even eat them? I touch the stinger lightly, and I'm stung. Story 24. I do not know about one animal, but I know one type of animal. Insects have to go. There is no need. Mosquitoes, bedbugs, roaches, lice, ticks, bees, wasps, ants, flies, and so on. No need. If spiders are considered insects, they can go too. Story 25. If you ever feel worthless, just remember that koalas are already functionally extinct. Even if every last one of them died today, nature wouldn't notice, and there would be near zero ecological impact. People would be the only thing that cared. Story 26. Pandas. They are considered by some as an evolutionary dead end. Zoos invest substantial amounts of money and effort attempting to encourage them to mate, just so they can reproduce, yet often they struggle to do even this effectively. Furthermore, they are often perceived as less intelligent. Some argue for their conservation, while others question it. Story 27. It really sucks that there are species on Earth that mankind wants extinct. Yet, for all our progress in technology since thousands of years ago, we are no closer to it. Story 28. Wasps. With the removal of wasps, it would help useful pollinators like butterflies and bees to multiply and expand. This would increase the beauty of the world and help plants and flowers spread. Plus, a lot of ignorant people just kill both bees and wasps together without knowing that bees don't sting unless you disturb their hive.